Hi, my name is Bob Taylor. I'm here today with my guest, Velma Lomax from First Robotics. Good afternoon, Velma.
Hi.
Well, thank you for being here with us.
No problem, my pleasure.
Please explain to me, what is First Robotics?
Well, First Robotics is a worldwide organization that focuses on robotics in the schools with young students, starting from age 6 through high school. FIRST actually stands for Inspiration and Recognition of Science and Technology.
Oh, so it's more than just building a robot.
Exactly.
Oh, well, what's the process? I mean, what is it? How does it involve the kids? What's it do?
Well, we start out at the 6-year-old level with what's called FLL Junior, which is First Lego League. And they're actually building little Lego Mindstorms for different things.
Mindstorms, Lego Mindstorms. I know Lego's little blocks.
Yeah, well, that's true. Put wheels on them and a brain, and now you call it a Mindstorm. So.
Good analogy, yes, that's good. Okay.
And the kids have an objective. They have a table, and they have to make it go around and do certain things. And then after they finish with FLL Junior, First Lego Junior, they move to First Lego League, which is an older group, still within elementary and middle school. And then we have First Tech Challenge, which is a smaller kit robot that is for 7th through 9th through 12th grade. So you could actually have them at high schools, or bridges the gap between middle school and high school. And then you go to First Robotics, which are big robots. They're up to about 120 pounds. Big robots that do a lot of different things, and it's crazy. It's
I've
crazy.
seen those things on like college things and stuff. You got kids doing them?
It's all kids. It's all about kids. And the really exciting thing is that kids, you start these organizations, whether it's Lego or First Tech Challenge or the First Robotics, the big robots. And what we do is we bring in retired people and people that are still working from the community that have a skill that help the kids, they're mentors. So you now team up students with business owners and business people that work in business and see what their skill is. So kids can kind of say, hey, I like what you do. I want to do that when I grow up.
So this is more than just kids having fun.
Exactly. But only the kids can compete. We don't let the adults compete.
So this is strictly a kid thing?
Yes.
So it's all about the competition? I mean, you get science and technology both in there.
Yes, yes.
How does that work together for the Mindstorm?
Well, because in a Mindstorm, you're putting it together to do a certain task, but then you have to program it to do a task. There comes in the science of computer science.
You got 6-year-olds programming robots.
Exactly.
You know, I really can't, I can't understand that, because my 3-year-old knows my phone better than I do.
See,
my 3-year-old grandson.
Exactly.
You know, so it's just amazing what they can do these days.
It is. And I taught this for many years. We actually started a team here in Ventura, and it's grown now to not just Ventura Unified, it's all over Camarillo. All the school districts within the county are involved either at a Lego League level or a First Tech Challenge or a First Robotics level. It's amazing, and it grows like wildfire.
So you obviously have passion for this. Are you a volunteer, or do you actually get paid from First?
I actually taught for the Ventura County Office of Education for years, and I was the teacher for the course, because the courses, depending on the level, usually with Lego League, it's an after-school program for the kids.
Right.
When you get into high school, then it becomes a class for the kids.
Oh, so you were getting paid from Ventura Unified to be able to work on
Ventura County Office of
Ventura
Education.
County Office of Education.
So what happened was, those kids could get applied arts credits, but I decided to do our class at night. And now they do other classes at night. So the kids that are in sports or AP honors kids, the kids can't fit anything into their schedule. They could come in and do robotics at night. And our class now also is A to G approved elective for UC
Oh, that
entrance.
is great.
It's really growing. It's really growing.
So the kids can start with a little hobby and work their way into college credits just from what they're doing.
Exactly. But to answer your question, at this particular point, I retired from the classroom in June. For personal reasons, but I didn't want to let go of robotics. I love it so much. Right. So knowing my passion and knowing that how I feel about kids and mentoring, putting kids and mentors together, and the whole how this whole organization works. First Robotics, I'm now a First Senior Mentor. I don't get paid by First, I'm actually paid with grant money as a person that goes out and does exactly what I'm doing, talk about it, gets things going in schools. When teams start, I go out and help the teams if they're struggling, if they don't know exactly what to do, and that's what I do.
Okay, so you obviously work with a lot of volunteers, and this is going on everywhere at nights and everything else.
Yes.
How many volunteers do you think you work with? I can't say in a month, because some of your projects take months at a time, don't they? How many volunteers do you think you work with in a month? Just say.
Oh, 50, easily, or more. It depends on what we're doing. If in a classroom setting, I have classrooms that have up to 20 mentors working with 70 students down to...
Oh, so those are even volunteers. We're not
Correct.
talking the kids' robotics leagues or anything. We're, in the classroom, you have as many as 20 volunteers.
Exactly.
Oh, that's amazing.
And then if we put on a big regional for the robots, which we do every March at Ventura College, that takes hundreds of volunteers, but you're working with them all year to keep them informed of what's going on, and everybody gets excited. Once you work one, which we'll see you in March, right?
You know, you've seen me there, Velma.
I know.
You know the passion I have.
I know.
I tell everybody if they go, you know, I don't get to work with the people like you do. I'm strictly grade school, but once you go to one and see those kids and the passion in their eyes and doing the things that you wish you could do, I mean, I went to one meeting where they were teaching the kids how to program. I was there for 10 minutes. I was so lost just listening to the instructor telling, and these kids are going, oh, I can do this, I can do this. And I'm still having trouble trying to turn on my phone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It is amazing. The thing that really hooked me was I was already teaching through ROP, it used to be called ROP, at Ventura High School, and I had all kinds of kids of all spectrums. I taught computer repair and maintenance and Cisco networking, and then I got into CAD, and my husband and I owned a machine shop, so I got into the engineering side of it. And what's amazing is you see these kids of diverse backgrounds. You see kids from AP honors, kids that are credit deficient, kids that don't really want to be in school, kids that have learning or physical disability, a lot of kids on the Asperger's or autism spectrum.
Right.
They come into a class like this, and when they're working together, you cannot tell who is who, and they're all engaged. It gives me goosebumps. I'm not kidding you.
I'm getting goosebumps just listening to you talk.
It's
Velma.
amazing. I mean, we've had so many success stories from all ages. So now what's happening is the students that were doing the bigger robots are now out in the middle schools and the elementary schools helping those kids learn the Lego Mindstorms. So it's just a huge, it's huge.
You know, how many years you've been involved with this altogether? Approximately. Forget how many years.
No, it's okay. You know.
Have you seen young ones come up, you know, personal people that you know that have come up from the younger ranks now doing college stuff?
Absolutely.
Oh, so you kind of follow them, some of the ones that you get to train and everything.
You know, when we first started getting grant money, because I hate to tell you, when it comes to education, you know, it's all about money. That's a sadness of it is.
While we're here at this point, lay it on us. Give us a little spiel about money and how we get it to you.
It is a sadness that we cannot just go and offer something to a student because this district might not be able to afford it. So we actually go out and we get private funds, we go to service organizations, we have money coming in from grants from people like Haas Automation and different big businesses around town. We have businesses in town that not only give us money, but they send people from their business to mentor so that we have
help. Are there
help.
any government type entities that can help you?
We'll take help from anyone.
But are there any that you're working on or you think?
Well, actually, the bases, we're working with the bases
that's
right
great.
now because they
Okay.
have STEM money and they have STEM volunteers.
Right.
And our kids go from high school over to do internships with them. So they're now in turn sending people over to help the students in these projects.
They see the progress of the
Right,
kids going
exactly.
up and not just necessarily the business aspect of it,
Right.
but the career aspect of the whole thing.
Well, and it's funny you should mention that because this is the funny thing about robotics. Starting with the 6-year-olds with Lego League Junior, here's what's interesting. It's not just about the robot, as you know, because you
Right.
do Lego League. That's when we met out at Camarillo. It's probably 20 to 25% points off of your robot. The rest is the presentations the kids make, how they work with each other. First has coined a phrase called cooperation. So do they
I like that,
cooperate? Do they
cooperation.
help with each other? Do they use gracious professionalism? Are they professional at all times? And from this young age of students, they're making presentations. They know that they have to talk about core values. They have to talk about how they took what they learned in robotics and used it on the playground or with.
And those things are just as important as
Exactly.
what they score with the robot.
Yes, and then when you get up to the high school level with First Lego or First Robotics, those kids have to. Here's what the requirement is for a team. They have to do their own budget. They have to have social media, a web page, Twitter, Facebook. They have to do fundraising. They have to, by the way, the students apply for their own grants. If an adult applied for the grant from First or another organization that First brings up on board, it has to be done by students. And you have to go in the
That is
computer.
so great.
You have to go in the computer as an advisor and designate the students that are going to submit the grants or the information. They have to make presentations. It's amazing. The kids that do this, all of a sudden you'll see it turn on for them. Oh my gosh, this is what I want to do. Wow, I didn't know I could do this. But it's not just about the robot. It's not just engineering.
Right.
It's corporate America.
Right. I mean, those skills that they're learning now will help anybody in the future, anywhere they want to go.
Right, exactly. Isn't it amazing?
It really is. So what we have to do, or what you need to do, or we as volunteers need to tap into corporate America
Right.
for volunteers towards that, and show them how bringing these children up through the robotics can add to their bottom line in the future.
Right. Well, in fact, I've gone twice this month to different organizations that are teaming up with us, and what they're trying to do, which is really interesting, everybody asks corporations for money.
Right.
They don't want to just give money. They want to see, I hate to say it, but what's in it for me besides just opening my pocketbook.
Right.
So what they're doing now is I'm not going to say any names of companies, but big companies used to give us money and we would distribute it amongst teams. Well, now what they're doing is they're saying, okay, if you have somebody in your neighborhood or your family or your friends that works for this company, XYZ company, we will, if they spend 15 hours with you, we'll give so much money to your team or your organization, but we'll also give that employee an incentive because now they're out there actually working with the kids and they know it's going to catch on like wildfire. And
Right.
here's the thing, then those kids that are in these first programs go into those companies and do internships and become employees.
And also as they grow older and get into higher robotic stuff, they can become mentors for the younger kids
they
because
do.
of their passion.
They do. I have a young lady that is gone through Ventura High School. She's at Ventura College right now. She just got her clearance to help a team over at Rio Mesa to be a mentor.
Okay, now before we go any further, because we're down to just about 2 minutes left. It goes by so
I
fast,
know.
doesn't it? You know, we talked a little about fundraising. How do people get a hold of you, or what's your computers? How do they find you?
Well, you can reach me at vlomax at firstinspires.org.
First Inspires, I like
But
that.
if you know my name, Velma Lomax, at yahoo.com, that's the easier way to get a hold of me.
Okay, Velma
Lomax
at yahoo.com. Okay.
But the thing of it is that firstinspires.org is our big website. And I'm on there. You can find me by searching my name. And it is a nonprofit. It's a 501c3. It's worldwide. To tell you how worldwide, last year when we had a competition at Ventura College, we had 4 teams from China here.
Okay, now, I guess I have to ask, no politics intended, how'd they do? How did we do compared to the Chinese teams?
Actually, the Chinese teams did not. One team made it as a rookie to the World Championships, but not with their robot. So we beat them.
Oh.
I hate to say it. I don't hate to say it.
Are we just working a different technology? I mean, do they have the same kits to start out with that we have when we're working up?
The kits are just basic, but they're just getting new. In fact, this year is the first year that China will hold a regional in China for First Robotics.
So we've actually just been doing it a little longer, and the kids are
and then we help them to get going so that they'll spread it throughout their country.
Right.
Isn't that amazing?
Any last words?
I just love that you work with robotics, and I love that you work with kids. I love your passion, and thank you for having me here because this, and by the way, we could talk forever, as you know,
Yes.
but until somebody comes and see it, they don't get it.
No, they really don't. You got to go to at least one and watch it for a little
Exactly.
while. If you got 10 minutes to watch, you'll go in and not leave.
Exactly,
Right.
exactly.
Thank you very much, Velma.
Thank you.
Well, my name is Bob Taylor. I've been your host for this segment of Our Ventura TV. I've been here today with my guest, Velma Lomax. Until next time, thank you very much.